Hi, I'm Ella, and I save the forest people. It was so hard for me to imagine so many people in so much pain. All I wanted was to stop whatever was happening, and I didn't even know what was happening until I talked to some of the forest people, and they told me about how they'd been run out of their homes by my people who were trying to kill them, all because they didn't want to join our society. It's so sad. So I knew I had to stop the people in charge, but the hard part about that was the people in charge were my parents. I was a little ashamed at first about having to kill my parents, but it was the only option. They wouldn't listen to reason. But now that I'm in charge, everything is better for the city and the forest people. There's now no more pollution coming from the city, and we've been working on cleaning up the forest and the river. It's really hard work, but it's the best we can do.
Things have been weird around here ever since things started changing. Like the forest people have been hanging around more, and some city people have not been okay with that. I think city people in general are pretty sensitive whenever the topic gets brought up, or they think that it's their fault. But they're like, oh, it's totally okay for us to abuse other groups of people. Well, let me tell you something. I hate city people.
Aren't you a city person?
Yeah, well, I'm not like the other city people. Some of my best friends are forest people. I used to think that being a city person was the best thing ever, but now that Ella's been helping out all the forest people, I realized that I want to be a forest people too. I've even started changing my hair to look more like them. I just think that generally change is the best way to get things done, especially when everyone is cooperating and wants to help out.
Yeah, I don't want to help out. I like destroying the forest people, and I'd do it again if I had to. Am I a bad person? Probably. Am I happy that my perfect little city is going all environmental now? No. Everyone's a vegetarian now. I hate it. Look at this. Disgusting. But there's nothing I can do about it now.
I was a kid when the valley burned down, but I remember when the sun got blocked by smoke for 3 days. Everything smelled like death, and no one knew what was going on. We didn't know that city people could be so hateful. I mean, we knew that those of us in the valley were different, but we didn't mind living among the city people. No matter what, though, it was sad that it took so long for anyone to do something about all the damage being done to our homeland. I've lived in the forest my entire life. I knew I probably shouldn't move in. I've never even been to a city before, but the pollution in the forest is just so bad I had to take a break from it. So I've lived in the city now for a couple weeks. It's alright, I guess. I like bathtubs. There's a lot of interesting things here. I like whatever this thing's called. It's really helpful. So yeah, I can't complain.
A few people from the forest have moved in now. I don't want to be all go back to where you came from or anything, but honestly, I'm not a fan of it. I saw a guy with his arm covered in scales the other day from the mutation. I'm just sitting here keeping my mouth shut.
I mean, one of the reasons I left was just how unhealthy it was to stay there. I saw some people who had advanced scales on their skin, and I just thought that must be terrible. And I want to help, but I also have to help myself, and I just don't know how to do that without getting out of there, so I don't get that too. And I'm so scared. I really want to help them, but no one here seems to always really consider that.
Do you think you'd go back to the forest?
Depends. I don't know. I mean, yes, of course I would, but might need to bring a few of these.
Hi, I'm Ivy. I'm a Gemini, and I'm a forest person. And it was pretty tough living in the forest earlier because we already had to survive with all the pollution and stuff like that. And then it was especially hard when the city people came and we all had to run and we all had to hide because if we didn't, then they'd kill us, and murder is bad. And basically we were all just really scared and we didn't know what to do. But I mean, things are getting better. It's really nice living in the city. It's really nice that city people think we deserve some happiness and some peace finally. and we're treated more like human beings, and we're finally getting like some more of the rights that we deserve and the rights that were taken away from us. And so like things are tough, but they're getting better, and it's nice that Ella is making such an effort to try to make like the peace between the people really meaningful.
You know, we were really struggling, and it was really great to find someone like Ella who really cares about us and helped us, because the city ignored our problem for so long and it made it worse, and we just needed someone to help, you know? And she did that. I mean, she's not perfect, but no one is. So, I mean, we're really grateful that she helped. And now we can do something to help ourselves.
A lot of the peace is finally coming in. I honestly think it's because Mercury is finally coming out of retrograde, and so things are becoming more calm, and you know, the plan of communication has finally stopped like being chaotic, and so everything is just aligning, and all the stars are aligning, and Orion is in Gatorade, and it's beautiful.
So if you were to take anything away from my story, it's that your activism matters. You can play a monumental role in the lives of human beings who are suffering if you step up. So pay attention and be observant to what's happening around you. If there's a problem going on in someone's life that's within your reach, it is your job to stop it.